Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. Freodore, designer of NIJISANJI EN's 11th unit by the beat. NIJISANJI EN 所属 by the beat のビジュアルセンスがこだわりのデザイナーフリオドールです。How's everyone doing today? 今日はどう今朝はおはようございます。Good morning to everyone overseas. Yeah, hello. まだ眠いよ。まあ早いもんね。It's morning and Monday for a lot of you guys though. Hope you're doing alright at the beginning of this new week.ちょっと眠いけど元気です。よかったね。よかった。Glad you guys seem to be doing well. Hello. Brewing some light roasted Honduras beans. Provecho. Hope you can enjoy. Still Sunday for me? It's Sunday for me also. Happy Sunday, everyone. Everyone on this side. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's doing well. みんなは元気だってよかったね。よかった。Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. So, for today's coffee Zatsu, we're gonna be trying a few different things today. 今日のコーヒーZatsuなんでいろんな新しいものを試してみるね。I'm gonna be revealing the recipe of today. And information regarding the beans as well. Sure. We're gonna be brewing a dark roast with a pour-over recipe known as osmotic flow for the first time. It's not the first time we brew a dark roast on stream. I think I've brewed like a medium dark to a dark roast that was a Mexican, but I haven't tried it with this method and haven't tried like a particularly dark focus roast that's specialty before. This is my first specialty dark roast in a way. これは僕の新しい初めての高級ダークローストねの深入り。I'm usually more of a light roast person when it comes to hand drip or pour over, but I was really curious about this way of brewing dark roast beans that's very popular in Japan. And I think Europe also tends to brew a lot of dark roasts for filter coffee. So, yeah, no, I really wanted to give it a try. そうなんか個人的に朝入りの方が飲むけど、日本でこんな感じで深入りを欲を入れてるからマジで気になったね。興味あった。自分でも入れるの。ヨーロッパでもなんかフィルターで深入りを飲むのが普通ね。Really curious. But since it's a dark roast, there's gonna be a few different things that we are gonna try and do to make up for the extra bitterness and smokiness of the roast. So perhaps some have noticed that we are going to be using a different type of filter paper today. We're going to be using a Kalita Wave KWF 155 filter instead of a normal Kafek TH3 filter that I usually use. The difference in this filter paper is that it's made for Kalita Wave type of brewers. These brewers have a flat bottom instead of a conical shape. So it's going to be a slower drawdown when it comes to pouring my coffee. And I wanted to say something I just completely forgot. It's gonna be a slower drawdown of water, and I think the surface area is a little bit different as well. That's one of the pros of the origami dripper is that I can use both types of filter papers, the conical shape, as well as the flat shapes. I usually do not brew with these kind of filter papers, so it's gonna be like a first time for me as well. とね、今回は普通のハリュやカフェックのフィルターペーパーじゃなくて、すり鉢型のカリタウェーブのフィルター使いますね。僕ら普通にカフェックのフィルター使ってるけど、今回はなんかいろんな日本の基礎店でこんなカリタのドリッパー使ってるみたいって気づいたから、今回は折り紙でカリタウェーブのフィルターを使った方がいいと思ったね。普通にこのフィルターを注ぐときにもっと遅く、お水はもっと遅く流すから、このレシピでこんなレシピに合ってると思ったね。Does the slower drawdown or more surface area make it less bitter? It's not about making it less bitter, but it can help with the extraction depending on the technique you're using. Usually what's often said for Kalita brewers instead of conical brewers is that while you can usually get the most out of a conical dripper like a V60, usually it's way easier to get a good cup, like a consistent cup out of a Kalita flat type of dripper. A lot of coffee shops, due to the consistency, tend to go for the Kalita as well, especially in Japan, because of that consistency. So I thought it would be interesting to get a dripper that's versatile and can do both. And that's why I've been really fond of the origami that I purchased last month, I believe. And これはよくなんかコーヒーの世界でこれはよく聞くね。でね、普通になんか V6 なんかすり鉢型のドリッパーで V6 みたいな感じ。そのドリッパーで多分一番なんか味わいを出れるけど、フラットのドリッパー、カリタウェーブみたいなドリッパーで、もっと簡単にいいカップを入れるから、日本でこのドリッパーをよく使ってるって気づいたね。カリタウェーブとか、フラットの下のドリッパーとか。どっちもいいけどね。慣れたら。Of course, both drippers are really good. It's gonna be about taste and just about getting used to knowing your equipment in the end. Anyways, proceeding. Where's my mark? Where is my... There you go. We're gonna be brewing the Eclipse kind of beans by Onyx Coffee Lab. This is a dark roast with the origin being Colombia. According to the website's description, the origin can change depending on the season, because they do offer this Eclipse bean almost all year round, if I'm correct. But for now, it's a Colombian origin bean. It's a wash process, a commonly washed process. And the tasting notes is baker's chocolate, burnt sugar, and smoked vanilla bean. We can already tell there's nothing fruity or floral about these notes. It's usually what's there to expect out of a dark roast. そうね、今回の味はなんかパン屋のチョコレート、焼いた砂糖、そしてバニラね。バニラ豆。今回はダークローストだから、あんまり果実やフローラルの味わいないね、なかなかないね。 味を楽しみにしてる。Very looking forward to trying it out. We're gonna be doing a 1 to 16-ish ratio of 20 grams of beans and 320 milliliters or grams of water. And since it's a dark roast, we're gonna be using significantly cooler water. It's gonna be 85 degrees Celsius instead of the usual 92 or 93 that I use. 今回は深入りだから、もっと冷たいお湯を使いますね。今回は85度で入れます。And then, likewise, because of this technique and the type of roast we're using, we're going to be grinding coarser than usual. Usually, I grind at around 28 to 32 clicks on the comandante, so it's between 800 to 1,000 microns. But this time, we're going to be doing 40 clicks on the comandante, which is going to be at an estimate of around 1,200 microns. It's going to be more helpful for this technique specifically in this recipe. And the recipe is going to be way simpler, but also it's probably the hardest recipe that I'm going to be trying today, because this does not rely on times or measurements, but it's more about observing how the coffee behaves. Because it's a dark roast and it's a pretty fresh dark roast, there's going to be a lot of CO2 in this bean. And that means that when I start the blooming phase, the coffee grounds are going to expand like a dome. And what I have to do after waiting out about 30 seconds is to just keep pouring in the center without circling around much, and just watching the coffee bed pulsate up and down, and just do it in like a sort of rhythm manner, where as it pulses down, I just keep pouring until it pulses up again. Then I watch it pulls down again, pulls down again, pulls up, pulls down, pulls up, pulls down. So just pouring in the center. It's a little bit hard to describe just through audio, but please bear with me. I encourage everyone to check out osmotic flow type of videos if anyone's more curious. But yeah, this recipe is gonna involve me pouring just in the center, watch as the coffee bed pulsates, and then reacting accordingly until we reach the desired weight, which is 320 grams. 今回ね、このレシピは多分一番配信でやったことあるのは一番難しいね。これはなんか英語で osmotic flow っていうのレシピだね。日本の会社カフェクっていうの会社は作ったのレシピ。このレシピは日本の喫茶店でマジで人気よく使ってるのレシピ。多分日本の名前は違うけど、そんなになんかスケールとかタイマーとかあんまり見てないのレシピね。ただなんかコーヒーの状態をちゃんと見て、後でなんか反応するみたいな感じね。なんかコーヒーなんていうの、コーヒーの低めをちゃんと見て、そしてずっと真ん中だけでお湯を注ぎながら入れますね。The reason why this technique is really popular, especially with dark roast, is because as we are only pouring in the middle, we are going to be limiting the amount of extraction we do. We're basically going to be extracting mostly the middle of the coffee grounds, which for a dark roast like this is going to help it so it's not too bitter, while continuing to extract most of the the important qualities or the important notes of the beans, you know. So regardless, that's been already too much talk. I had a lot to explain, so how about we go forward and start grinding the beans, okay? もういっぱい語ったからここでコーヒーの入れるのを始まりましょうか。So I forgot to pour the beans into my grinder, so I'm gonna start doing that. then I can get rid of my noise filters. And I'm gonna change the configuration of my microphone. マイクの設定を変わりますね。There you go. You guys should be able to hear my room now. マイクセット変わったから多分部屋をもっと簡単に聞こえるね。マイクの下とか。Okay. So, our 20 grams of beans into the grinder. And like I mentioned, we're going to be doing 40 clicks of the Comandante C40 in order to obtain our micron level of around 1200 microns, okay? So, let's do... Should be 1, okay. It's 10. 20. 30. 40. All right. Since this is really coarse, it's gonna be pretty easy to grind. もう結構粗めだから弾くのはもっと簡単になるね。そんなに腕に難しくないわ。Alright, let's start grinding the beans. It's very light, very easy. Alright. While there is aroma emitting from me grinding these beans, it's really not as aromatic as a light roast usually would be when I'm grinding it. そうね、今回は深入りだから粗い身よりそんなに香りでさないみたいな気がするね。Also, I should start warming up the water. I forgot to do that. お湯を温めるの忘れちゃった。Okay. So, we finished the grind though. We can pour that on top of our dripper. You know, this looks really coarse. I usually do not brew as coarse. And because we are using a smaller filter, the surface area is smaller for me as well. The surface area for me to pour, I mean. Just gonna even the grounds a little bit. Meanwhile, the water gets...よいしょ。シュードのミルで豆引くの、結構力も必要で大変ですね。まあ、低めによるね、僕は普通に粗めで弾いてるからそんなに難しくないけど、多分もっと、なんていうの、もっと細めで入れたら多分手に難しくなるかな。もっと力必要から。 Since I grind pretty coarsely, I do not require a lot of strength when I'm grinding my beans. But if you want to do fine grinds, then usually, yeah, that requires a little bit more arm strength, depending on the grinder you're using. もちろんミルによるね。僕は結構高いのミル使ってるから。そんなに問題ない。It's not a big problem for me. I am using an expensive grinder after all. Alright, the water's at 80 degrees. We're almost there. もう80度だからそろそろね。Alright, I think we're ready. もうお湯は準備だ。Alright. I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done this recipe with this bean before. I have tried osmotic flow before, but only on light roast, which is very different. なんか深入りでこんな方法、こんな入れる方法を初めてだからちょっと緊張してるけど。まあ、頑張りましょう。Let's do our best. So, I'm gonna start the stopwatch. We're gonna do a small bloom pouring in the center. 真ん中で入れます。よいしょ。The coffee grounds are not expanding as I thought they would be, but we're just going to follow the recipe and keep pouring it in the center. Okay, it's been around 30 seconds, not minutes. So we're going to pour the center very close to the coffee grounds. Just a little bit, and then watch it go down. Gotta make sure not to do it too much, because otherwise, it's gonna disrupt the bed and disrupt the dome that we're creating. There you go. Not expecting it as expected because of coarse grind. No, the expansion depends on the amount of CO2, carbon dioxide in the beans. Okay. Just keep doing a slow, steady pour. We're gonna be going as slow as we can, very gentle on the coffee grounds, only in the middle. Watch it pulsate down. And then we try again. We're at 220 grams of water. There are some variants of this technique that after you reach a certain amount of water, you do a one long consistent pour at the end. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing it as I saw in some Japanese coffee shops where they just kept doing the pulses until they got to the desired water amount. There you go. We're missing 10 grams, so we're going to wait for it to pulsate down again. And then There you go. 320 grams. もう320グラムまで入れましたね。ずっと真ん中で注いでたから、そんなに抽出しないと思うね。Okay. Gonna put my grounds away. Show my dripper away. Turn off the kettle. ケトルをも消して。Okay. Let's see. It smells pretty dark. やっぱりなんか深い香りあるね。I can smell the vanilla a little bit. All right. Let's see. Provecho, gracias. Okay. Gonna be trying it out. Anyone that's not good with slurping sounds, please excuse me, okay? もう味わうから飲むの音苦手な人気をつけてね。注意します。Alright. いただきます。Let me change my microphone setting. マイクセット変わりますね。Sorry about that. There you go. This should be back to normal. もう普通にやりましたね。Okay, let me try the coffee again. In the end, it's a dark roast, right? The strength is gonna be significantly different than a light roast. And by strength, I do not mean bitterness. It's just how straightforward the flavor is, how thick it is in your mouth in a way. It's not too bitter, but it's surprisingly more acidic than I thought it would be. It's not an unpleasant amount of acidity, but it's acidity that I can taste. And then regarding the fidelity of it, I think I can taste the notes quite well. The fidelity seems to be quite high. By fidelity, I mean how close to the notes. Is the taste. So yeah, no, I can sort of taste the chocolate or the sugar or the vanilla bean. It's a pretty, I think these flavors or these notes are pretty not similar, but they have a pretty high affinity to each other. So I think it's very easy to understand what the notes described here are trying to give us an idea for. As for the clarity, I think the clarity is quite, I don't know if it's high. I don't know if I would say the clarity is high. Usually dark roasts are don't tend to be known for their clarity, but It's definitely more of a like a smoky kind of taste. It's not bad at all though. I do like it. It's not what I would prefer to drink personally, especially by itself. But it's not a bad cup at all. I think it's something that I could probably enjoy more with a dessert or something sweet. It's quite nice though. It is quite nice. I do think maybe I could have improved my bloom. I think maybe I poured too much water on the bloom. I measured around 65 grams instead of 60. So maybe if I was a little bit more careful about the bloom, I could maybe improve the flavor of this bean.今日さすがに深入りですね。でね、このコーヒーの強さがやっぱりなんか高いね。浅入りと比べたら。強いっていう時になんか苦味のは違うだけどね。ただなんかどんな感じになんていうの、味跡とかそしてなんていうの、いつも忘れてるこの言葉日本語で。後味いつもけど how do you say like the thickness of it in a way、 なんか熱い感じかな、深い感じかな。コクがあるとか、そうそんな感じ。It's a definitely thicker, more full kind of a taste. そう濃厚みたいな感じね。コクがある。I see。普通に深入りはそんな感じない。逆に浅入りはもっとなんかクリア微妙な感じがあるけど。Full body taste, yeah. Dark roasts tend to be known more for that. Usually light roasts are more to be more aromatic, more floral, more transparent or more clear, or having higher levels of clarity when it comes to the nuances of the notes. So very different. Someone asked, which do you prefer better, light roast or dark roast? I prefer light roast all the way. I prefer my coffee to be more similar to tea than something as thick as this. But it does not mean that this is bad. This is actually more similar to what I grew up drinking because it's more common when you're not used to drinking black coffee, so or specialty coffee in a way. And it's not overwhelmingly bitter or acidic, so it's quite nice. けどそうだね、なんか全然悪くないよ。酸味が味わえるけど低くないと思うけど、そんなになんか圧倒的に高くない。そして苦味は全然悪くないよ。全然苦くないよ。It's not bitter in any unpleasant way at all. It's quite nice. 個人的に浅入りの方が好きだけど、これはデザートと飲んだら全然悪くないと思う。結構美味しい。in the end, it's gonna depend on people's taste also. Do you want more I cannot speak today. Do you want a more smoky, woody, thick kind of a drink, or do you want something more light, tea-like, subtle, aromatic kind of drink. It's gonna be interesting to try this bean with different recipes and see how it changes the flavor or it affects the nature of the beans. 深入りはエスプレッソに合うかな？うん。もちろんです。Dark roasts tend to be pretty good for espresso as well. Though, light roast espresso is also quite good. Especially if you're gonna be drinking milk drinks. Something like latte or cappuccinos, I think this would be great. I think some things like milk would complement this kind of bean way more than the aromatic ones that I use in my light roast. そうね、なんかミルクドリンクで結構似合うと思うね。この味わいはなんか結構相性が高いと思う。多分もっと果実の味わいのアサイリンと比べたら。What kind of milk? Usually for milk drinks, you want to use full fat milk, right? To get the most out of the fat, and so it steams well. But otherwise, I tend to like oat milk for lattes as well. There's like a variety that can steam pretty nicely as well.オーツミルクいいよね。そうだね。まあ普通になんかラテならなんか牛乳使ってるけど、個人的にオーツミルクは結構好き。そして、ラテに、なんていうの、バリスタ種類のオーツミルクがあるから、それもいいよ。結構ラテアートできるよ。There is a specific kind of variation of oat milk that is made for milk drinks that lets you do latte art with them as well. Because if you try doing latte art with almond milk, it's gonna be hard. It does not froth the same way as a full fat milk does because of the lack of fat, right? So the lack of lactose also. It all plays a part. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's variations of almond milk or other kinds of milk substitutes that can do latte art well, though. At least in my experience, I haven't seen much. Latte art 参与ってこと？まあラテやカプチーノ、ミルクドリンクに参与とか。潜入。Have you ever done it? I am terrible at latte art. I am really bad at latte art. 僕はラテアート苦手だ。全然。Almost like a barista edition milk. Yeah, it's actually called that. I'm pretty sure there's some brands of oat milk that are called barista edition or barista version. So you have tried, yeah. Before I got into black coffee, I used to drink a lot of cappuccinos and lattes. I always made them for myself, so. There was a time where I practiced latte art. I feel like with a lot of imagination, a shape could come up. Maybe I was just a misunderstood artist. なんかブラックコーヒーを飲む前にずっとカプチーノやらって飲んでたから、そして自分で作ってたから。でね、ラテアートも練習してたの時代があったけど、全然苦手だった。多分想像したら多分姿が出るかな。多分全然分かってなかったのはアーティストだった僕。アブストラクト。Would you want to do it again? I'm not really interested in latte art at the moment. I'm really enjoying my pour-over era, so I don't think I'll be switching from it for a long time. Now that I enjoy coffee like this, it's just I really don't see the need for milk. It is comfy every now and then. It is definitely a different taste, but I don't really crave it much. そうだね、なんかもう、ハンドドリップは大好きだから、あんまりラテを作る気がないね。全然いらないミルクが。美味しいよ。配信でラテアートをやるのはどう？無理かな無理かも。Don't I mean latte art is okay at is okay at cafe though? I mean, being able to do that would be cool. I don't know if I can do it. I'm sure there's some talented person that can do it instead. Dame ka. 難しいよ。難しい。Any skill can be learned? Yeah, but you need to want to learn it also. I am not that interested in latte art, as I mentioned. ハンドドリップのハンカ3つか見てみたい。まあ、ハンカもやるつもりではないね。僕。個人的にハンカもあまり好きじゃないから。I think ever since I started Coffee Zatsu, it's been brought up. It's like, oh, you should do a hand cam. You should do a hand cam. But personally, I'm not very fond of hand cams myself, so I don't know if I'll ever be doing one. Even in my Coffee Zatsus. I understand that it could be useful when it comes to looking at the recipes, but personally, this is the way I chose to do it. "いつも折り紙で入れてますか?" 最近よね。最近なんかただ先月に買ったから、新しいギアなら新しいギアだからいつもこのドリッパーで遊んでるけど、まあよくハリオ V60 とハリオスイッチも入れてます。ハリオスイッチは結構いい。いつもおすすめしてるよ。That's fine. Thank you for being understanding. Thank you very much. フリオ君のコーヒー撮影の時のコーヒー豆を引く音とまったりお話してくれるのとても好き。ありがとうございます。嬉しいです。ハリオスイッチ気になる？おすすめです。コーヒー入れるの簡単だから。なんか B60 と折り紙とよりと。Someone asked, I think about the new Hario V60 Neo. It's a new variation of the V60 that is coming up. I have seen it, but I don't know. It looks pretty. It looks cool, but I don't know. I'm thinking like, do I need it, or do I just want to spend money? So I have to I'm trying to hold myself back. I just bought the origami, so how about I enjoy the origami instead for now? そうね、なんかさっき新しいのハリオ V60 の種類出たね。ハリオ V60 ニオっていうのドリッパーね、見たけど結構いいと思ったけど、遠慮してるね。本当に必要なのって本当に必要かなと思ってる。多分全然入れないかも。ただギアを買いたいかな、それだけで。そしてさっき折り紙買ったから、じゃあとりあえず折り紙で楽しもうと思った。 折り紙は結構いいから。レイゼで偉いよ。それは大事だよ。しなかったら、財布が泣いちゃうよ。It's important to have self-restraint when it comes to buying gear that you like. Otherwise, my wallet will start crying. さすがミニマリストもそうだね。Yeah, no. As a minimalist, also I try to like not buy more than what I need as well, just for the sake of collecting. I do not like, or I do not want to collect much. I already have 3 drippers. But if the Neo seems to do something significantly different, then maybe I'll try it out. 結構なんか新しいの B60 Neo って何かなんか大事に違うならじゃあ買ってみようかなと思ってるけど、とりあえずは大丈夫。ただ新しいだからとりあえず見てみよう。I think for now I'm just gonna observe and see how the impressions of that dripper are. Hobbies truly are a balancing act of investing. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think someone asked, did you use a conical or flat filter today? Origami can use both, right? Yes, you can see the filter that I'm using on the left side of the recipe. I'm using a Kalita Wave KWF 155 filter, which is a flat dripper, a flat filter instead. Hola Frío, acabo de descubrir la cosa más deliciosa con un café brasileño. Existe una leche de avena que es de barista. Hice un cold foam y uff. Provechito, provechito, qué bueno que te gustó. Café brasileiro. No he probado mucho, ¿eh? Las tiendas de las que compro café de especialidad no tienen tantos granos brasileños, pero sí me gustaría probar en stream algún día. Qué bueno que te gustó. This person is mentioning that they found a Brazilian kind of coffee bean that they really liked, especially with a cold foam made out of barista type of oat milk. And yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Fortunately, on the specialty coffee shops that I buy, there's not a lot of Brazilian coffee beans that I see, but I definitely would want to try them eventually. And on stream. I tried a new bean yesterday as well off stream. That was an Ethiopian bean. That was pretty nice. But I noticed that I probably have not been getting the most out of my usual recipe because I've been pouring too close to the beans. So I really want to experiment with that as well. I'll make sure to showcase that Ethiopian bean on stream as well in the future. Yeah, no, even when it's getting lukewarm, it's not bitter at all. This is quite nice. エチオピア豆好き。いいじゃん、いいじゃん。昨日、初めて、エチオピア豆の種類を入れてみたけど、おいしかったけど、なんか多分レシピを、ちょっと変わりたいね。また今度入れたら。エチオピアのゲイシャとか美味しい。高そうけど美味しそう。休憩頑張って。多分次の配信で紹介してみようかな。Is that good coffee bean for iced coffee? You mean the coffee bean I brewed today? If it's the coffee bean I brewed today, I think yeah, it could suit iced coffee, especially cold brew. It seems like I think it would suit cold brew very well. especially if you want to put milk in it. If you like iced coffee with milk, I think this would be really good. If you want a more floral iced coffee, then maybe this is not as fitting, but if you want more of a thicker drink that you can put milk on, or maybe just a very full-bodied iced coffee, then this would be pretty nice.アイスコフィにもアイスコフィでもいいよ。でもいいと思う、この豆。特にミルクを入ったら置いたらミルクを入ったらそしてミルクなしでもねえ、何言ってたの？苔がある？苔がある種類好きなら全然いいと思う。アイスコーヒーでも。コークじゃなくてコークか。I see. コーク。Did you use the smaller 155 with the M for a specific reason, or it's just for what you have? That's a good question. There's a very important reason for that, and that is it's cheaper than the bigger filter. That's the only reason. I usually brew only for myself, 1 cup at a time, so I didn't need to get the bigger filter, that's it. Usually for my conical shaped filters, like the Kafek ones, the price difference is not that big between the small and the medium, so I just buy the medium. But in this case, the price difference was pretty significant. There was a few dollars significant enough so I just bought the small one. そうなんか大事な質問来たよ。今回はカリタウェーブのスモールフィルター使ったでしょ。ミディアムよりなんで使ったって聞かれたけど、まあやっぱりスモールの方が安いから、それだけで。僕は普通にコーヒー入れるときに1カップだけで入れてるから、それは十分だよ。普通のハリオやカフェクのフィルター買うときになんかミディアムとスモールの値段がそんなに変わらないから普通にミディアムを買うけど、今回はまあスモールでもいいよと思った。Thank you for the important question. 大事な質問ありがとう。The Brazilian coffee is more fragrant than bitter. It has a lemony undertone which goes really well with orange and cardamom. That sounds really nice. Do you know what kind of roast it was? Toriyo なら十分だね。そうだね。そう。そしてまあ時々なんかいろんなカップを飲む時もあるけど、なんか同時にあんまり飲まないね。普通に一人だけで一つだけでいい。I do. There are some times where I drink more than 1 cup a day, but I never drink it at the same time. It's usually I will instead just brew 1 cup, then maybe after a few more hours, I will brew another one depending on how I'm feeling, but or what I'm craving, but never at the same time. 一杯で十分か。そう。僕個人的にね。Lately, I've been drinking more than 1 cup a day sometimes because, as you guys know, last week, I was streaming quite often at 5 a.m. my time. So, I finally had an excuse to drink coffee at night. Even though caffeine does not affect me, I usually avoid it just in case. But yeah, no, I would drink I would brew another cup a few hours before my late night or early morning streams, just in case. Just to have an excuse to drink more coffee, so. It was nice, it was nice. そういうのなんか先週で結構いろんな朝早い配信があったから朝早い配信やってたからだね真夜中に結構コーヒー入れてたよ。普通にカフェインがあまり影響ないけど夜であまり飲まないね。けど今回は後で配信するから大丈夫だって思ってるからコーヒー飲みましょうと。Did you manage to try new things too? Not during those times. I was trying to finish the leftover beans that I had from the last order I had, so I was finishing my whatchamacallit? Oh, the lychee beans? And then I've also been drinking the last beans I showcased in my Spanish Zatsu, the El Salvador honey beans. Those have been really nice as well. There are a few questions that came by, so I want to answer them. いろんな質問来たから、ちょっとだけ答えますね。Are there any decaf beans you have tried before that you would recommend? I usually do not drink decaf, but I would recommend checking out the store that I've been buying coffees from, Onyx Coffee Lab. They do have some decaf beans out there that I'm pretty sure they're gonna be nice. So if you can, if they're accessible to where you're at, I would recommend to check them out and see if you're interested or not. And then also, may I ask, how do you find new beans to try and buy from content creators you watch? I tend to research to see what kind of stores that can easily deliver to where I'm at are around, and also just what kind of vibe I'm curious about. And I also think what would be interesting to showcase on stream. I don't just buy what I think is gonna be tasty to me, but also what could be interesting to showcase on stream as well. I have the privilege, thanks to you guys, thanks to all of your support, where I can buy expensive beans with the excuse of it being, oh, it's for content creation. So I can probably buy way more than I would probably buy without, if it wasn't the case. Straight from the roaster decaf is pretty solid. Absolutely, absolutely. If anyone can get coffee straight from a roaster, a local roaster, then that would be what I recommend as well. La verdad, Frío, no pensé en encontrar a alguien tan apasionado con el café y de verdad me alegra mil haber encontrado tu canal. Salud por la cafeína y el diseñador más bacán de todos. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Qué bueno que te han gustado mis actividades. The Lending Coffee Club sells a decaf coffee that won last year's US Brewers Cup. A decaf coffee won the Brewers Cup? Or was it a dedicated Brewers Cup for decaf? Interesting. I believe the last year... Oh wait, that's US Brewers Cup. I watched the World Brewers Cup, but I don't think I watched the US one for last year, so... Speaking of Brewers Cup, by the way, I remember now that there was a world champion a few years ago. I don't think it was last year, from China that used the origami dripper as well. I believe I've talked about this before, that she was using 2 kettles at the same time to pour to two different drippers, and it was really cool. She was also using Kalita flat filters back then. Her recipe was a little bit more complicated than mine, but it would be interesting to try and research a little bit more and see if I can do something similar, depending on the kind of beans she was using. そうね、なんか思い出したね。昨年じゃなかったけど、なんかこの前世界大会勝ったの人を思い出した。なんかあの人も折り紙エア折り紙エアじゃなくて折り紙のドリッパー使って、そしてこんなフラットの下のフィルター使ってたね。借りたお湯みたいな感じ。あの人は両手でケトルを注いでたから、マジでかっこよかったと思った。中国の代表だと思った。It was the representative for China back then. And I don't know if it was 2 years ago, last year ago, I explained this in the Spanish Zatsu as well, but there was another origami world champion winner. I think it was 2 years ago, and it was someone from Latin America, someone from Chile. Won the championship with an origami as well, and he was using the cone dripper. Haru-san, thank you so much for the super chat. Terima kasih. レモンクリームさん、スパチャットありがとうございます。フリちゃん、今朝もありがとう。コーヒーサツで、癒されながら、コーヒーギアも増えていく。今日、折り紙エアドリッパーが届くから、残業なんてしてられない。フリちゃんのおかげで、精神統一できたので、お仕事を、戦いに行ってきます。気合だ。頑張ってくださいね。応援してます。仕事で。そして、折り紙エアと、結構楽しんでね。結構いいドリッパーだから。Seems like another Doremi bought an origami dripper. Thanks to me introducing it, so I hope they have fun with it. Hope they enjoy it. ¿Cuándo van a hacer otra competencia de café? Pues el campeonato mundial ya pasó de este año. Creo que... no me acuerdo si el campeón mundial fue de Indonesia este año. Lo puedo buscar. Hay que buscarlo. I believe the World's Brewers Championship already happened for this year, and if I remember correctly, the world champion was from Indonesia this time, but let's see. It was either Indonesia or China, I don't remember. Hmm. 今年の世界大会も行ったけど、なんかチャンピオンの代表は忘れちゃったね。インドネシアか中国の代表だと思ったけど、なんだろう。 Oh, it was from China. It was from China. The tournament was in Indonesia. うん。今年も、中国の代表勝ったね。世界大会が。You can look up his recipe on YouTube and you can find it. YouTube で調べたら出るよ。世界大会の、まあ、2025 World Brewers Cup Championship っていうの大会。If you guys look this up on YouTube, you'll see all the participants and their recipes. そして大会はインドネシアで行ったね。It was a tournament that took place in Indonesia. Valentine, muchas gracias por el super. Para que siga pudiendo tomar café rico, Min. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, maybe I gave the impression that I didn't enjoy the coffee at first. But I'm already done with it. I usually take longer to drink, so it was quite a nice cup. It's not something that what am I gonna do with this bean? Now I have to finish it. No, I do like it. I do like it. I do have preference more toward lighter roast, but for dark roast, I'm very, very satisfied with this. Is it an international drink making competition? Yes, it is. Every year there is a different set of categories in terms of for the World Coffee Championships. And the Brewers Cup is for just black coffee made in pour-over or hand drip. But there's also different kinds of competitions that are part of the World Coffee Championship, World Coffee Championships. It's almost like a tongue twister right there. That are also part of the World Coffee Championships, like the Latte Art Championship, the Turkish Coffee Championship. There's another one that's for alcohol-based drinks as well. Yeah, there's a good amount. なんか World Coffee Championship の世界大会でいろんな大会種類があるね。World Brewers Cup はただなんかハンドリップの大会だけど、ラテアートの種類もある。ラテアートとかトルココーヒーとか、お酒入ってるの飲み物とか。I think I would like to participate in this kind of competition if I have the chance. Really? Wait, that's so cool. A tournament. If you win, I can talk about you on the stream then. Hmm, たくさんあるよ。結構あるよ。Imagine if a meme wins a championship, I would be so proud, right? I think we would all be proud, right? Coffee-san, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for coffee shots, it's so fun. It's the season when we start to miss hot coffee. I would like to enjoy coffee with autumn sweets. Oh, thank you for adding the cute stamps. Well done, Freodore, have a great time. You too, take care, thank you very much. I'm glad you like the stamps. And yeah, no, I think summer is pretty much over in Japan, right? So you can enjoy hot coffee again without having to endure the heat. もう日本ではもう夏は終わったでしょ。もう秋だから結構ホットコーヒーをエンジョイできるね。 みんな素敵な味を過ごせますように。Hope everyone can have a nice autumn now that summer's over. I want to thank Freodore NIJISANJI for the win. No, please no. I am really, while I'm a big coffee nerd, I feel like I am still very uninformed, very unprofessional about a lot of things, especially on coffee tasting. I want to do more research regarding coffee tasting because I feel like I cannot. I've been very, how to say it? I don't think I've been specific enough when it comes to explaining the kind of notes I taste. I feel like I can resort to saying the same thing. It's not too bitter, it's quite nice. The acidity isn't too bad, but maybe I want to be a little bit more specific, more professional when it comes to this. I want to make it evident that I'm a coffee nerd, so I've been trying to research a little bit more. That's why, for example, I use new terms today, like fidelity, clarity. I do talk about it, but I think I was misusing it a little bit earlier on earlier Zatsus. The strength. Sweetness, I didn't bring up. I wouldn't consider this cup particularly sweet, but there was a good amount of sweetness in it. For example, like it's not something, oh, that's such sweet coffee, but considering the notes, it had its sweetness to balance it out. It was pretty balanced. I do say balance a lot also, so it's kind of like, how can I make the differences between each being a little bit more evident for Doremin and everyone watching. ゆうさん、スペチャットありがとうございます。そうだね、なんか、もう、コーヒーは大好きだけど、まだまだ、上手くなれる部分があるね。特になんかコーヒーを味わうときに、なんか、よく説明できない気がするね。同じものを言ってる時が多いと思う。だから最近はもっと検索してるね。どうやって豆の違いを説明できるかな。だって難しいよ、特に。コーヒーを味わって説明するのが。Min Min no entender inglés cuando habla mal sobre usted. No es hablar mal. No estoy hablando mal de mí. Es importante reconocer lo que uno quiere mejorar y lo que a uno le falta, ¿no? Entonces, まあ確かに難しいね。日本語で特に難しいよ。日本語の単語はあんまりわかんないから。そして時々なんか日本語で調べたら英語の単語はまだ出るから、まあじゃあどうやって説明するかな、この単語合ってるかなって実習で調べたら、まああんまり使ってない言葉が出るから難しいよ。¿Quién hace normalmente jurado en estos campeonatos? ¿Otros baristas expertos en café? Muy buena pregunta y voy a explicarlo también en inglés. I just got a really nice question, which was usually who judges these competitions? Is it other baristas? Is it experts in coffee? So I'm going to explain in Spanish and then in English, okay? Usualmente se les dice en inglés sensory judges. Son jueces que tienen el paladar entrenado para poder detectar las diferentes notas del café. Y usualmente en estos campeonatos, en estas competencias, el objetivo no es tanto hacer un café que sepa bien, porque pues hay tantas cantidades de café bueno, café objetivamente bueno, que puedes decir, entonces, pero ¿cómo decides que un café es mejor que otro, no? Así que más que eso, es tanto explicar la receta, el objetivo del café, el sabor del café. El barista le toca explicar tanto su receta, no solo la receta, sino también la experiencia que uno debería de de experimentar con ese tipo de café. Usualmente explican los sabores de la taza, tanto cuando está caliente, cuando está tibio y cuando está frío. Y los jueces evalúan el café de acuerdo a qué tan acertado está la explicación y al objetivo. Eso es lo más importante. Entre más cercano está la explicación, más alta la puntuación. Eso es lo que se le llama fidelidad al café. Now I'm gonna explain this in English as well. So, these competitions are not really about making just a tasty cup of coffee, because how can you compare one to another? There's many different kinds of coffee cups, coffee beans that are gonna be tasty, right? And it's gonna be very subjective. So what these judges do, they're called sensory judges. And usually the participants, the baristas that are participating in the tournament, in the competition, they have to explain not just the recipe, but the objective of the coffee bean they're using, of the recipe they're using, what kind of flavors, what kind of notes they're supposed to taste, experience. And they'll usually explain how the coffee will taste when it's hot, when it's lukewarm, and when it's cold. Sensory judges as in sensing, not as in censoring. With an S, sorry for my pronunciation. But yeah, so more than evaluating how tasty the coffee cup is, the evaluation is more related to the fidelity of what the barista is trying to convey and getting the judges to experience, to how true, how accurate the experience can how accurate the judges can experience that coffee according to the explanation. So the closer it is to the explanation, to the objective of the brew, the higher the score is gonna be. It's like the anime cooking one, but barista style, like Shokugeki no Soma. そうだね、日本語でもう説明してみるね。この大会ではなんか、美味しいカップを入れるのを目的ではないね。だっていろんな種類の美味しいコーヒーがあるから、比べるのが難しいよね。普通にこの大会でなんかセンソリージャッジっていうの人がコーヒーを評価するね。けどなんかこの大会の目的はバリスタがコーヒーの経験の味わい、そしてレシピを説明する。こんなコーヒーは温かい時に、冷たい時になんかこの味わいを味わえるはずとか。そしてなんていうの、評価するの人が評価者っていうかな、あの人がコーヒーを味わって、じゃあどのぐらいに入れたのコーヒーは説明と似てるを評価する。結構当てたら点が高くなるね。審査員か。なるほどね。難しそう。マジでこだわってるよ、バリスタが。なんか使ってる豆、なんか普通になんか自分でブレンドするとか、自分でコーヒーをコーヒー豆を焙煎してるとか、使ってるの水のなんか自分の水使ってるとか、マジでこだわってるよ。It can get really complicated because the baristas will usually make their own blends, roast their own beans, formulate their own special water for the brew. It's quite deep. マジで奥深いの世界だ。オリジナルの水、そうだね。なんか水のクオリティがコーヒーに影響があるから。The type of water is gonna have a significant effect on the coffee. So usually the baristas will start with distilled water and then they will add their own amount of their own minerals to suit their objective. It goes very deep. You can actually buy different kinds of packets full of minerals that you can include, you can add to your water. And if you add it to distilled water, it should end up with a type of water that is just right for coffee brewing. And there's different versions also. There's one for light roast, there's one for medium roast, and there's ones for dark roast. I don't use any of that. My water is pretty soft, so it's not some I'm pretty lucky that I can have easy access to water that's pretty okay for coffee, but some people want to go really deep on that. A whole science class happens with those baristas, amazing. Yeah, I mean, anything that's cooking related or brewing related it's just chemistry in a way, right? Have you ever tried creating your own recipe, Tencho? I mean, I adjust the recipes that I use depending on the bean I have. Sometimes I will change the bloom time. For example, recently, especially on the lychee beans that I introduced earlier, using one bloom does not seem to be enough for me. It kind of drains too fast with the kind of grinds that I use. So I will adjust it by doing 2 blooms and then the next pour. Stuff like that. But like creating a new recipe from scratch, not really. I usually just adjust based on my conditions, on a different base, on someone else's base. I think that's what most people do nowadays. Because when you're a beginner, you don't know how to start, right? So you start with other people's recipes and then you adjust it to your taste. To your taste, your conditions, your bean. You cannot just replicate something exactly and it's gonna be perfect for you, right? Tebiさん、スパチャットありがとうございます。プリア君、今日も配信ありがとう。10月のバイトビートのアニメカフェのコラボに合わせて、台湾に行ってきます。初めての海外旅行で一人で不安すぎるけど頑張ります。素敵なコーヒー奥さんに行けたらいいなと思っているので、フリオくんのおかげで旅行の目的が増えて嬉しい。うん。すごいよね。おめでとう。結構旅行エンジョイしてね。スペチャットありがとうございます。そして、アニメルカフェを楽しんでね。マジで嬉しいです。いろんな味があるから。個人的に僕が何か選んだらブラックを選ぶけどいろんなミルクドリンクがあるから。Yeah, everyone that's gonna be able to go to the anime cafes that opened in different stores. Hope you guys can have a really nice time. There's a different amount of flavors that are being offered, but I think there's a black one, a cold brew kind of one. So I recommend that to be tasted. I would recommend that myself because that's usually what I prefer. I can envision you in the anime version of Barista Cooking Machine learning new brew and competing also. I don't know if I'm interested in competing though. I brew coffee for myself. I'm not really particularly interested in competing in a tournament or anything. 僕はなんか個人的に大会を参加するのがそんなに興味ないね。I think you have the ability to participate and will do well. No. You're overestimating my abilities. Thank you very much, though. 銀さん、スパチャットありがとうございます。フリオおはよう。コフィサツさんありがとう。今週も頑張ります。Hope Frio and everything have a wonderful week. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you also have a wonderful week as well. ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. I think among the new kinds of beans that I bought, another one that I want to showcase on stream as well is a coffee bean from India that I bought and I haven't tried yet. That's a light roast, but it should also have a less fruit-like and floral. No, but more of a sweet one. I think the main one was vanilla, so it would be interesting to taste on stream as well. Taiwan を見て、大会を見て、技術を学ぶのが好き。まあ台湾は全然違うからね。普通にカエルの豆使ってないから。入れてるのレシピは多分僕使ってるの豆に合わないと思うね。マジでスペシフィックなレシピだから。Yeah, no, I do like watching these tournaments for my entertainment. I do not really use it as a reference for my own brews because usually these tournaments are using recipes tailored to the specific kind of high quality bean, high grade bean, specialty bean that they're using. So I don't think it will apply to the kinds of beans that I'm using. So I usually recommend people to start with very simple recipes. There's no need to focus too much on the tournament kind of recipes because in the end you're not going to be evaluated by judges. That slight difference between whether a note is being tasted 5% more or 5% less is not really going to matter for you, right? So it's probably better to just brew coffee so that you can enjoy it yourself. Don't worry too much about like super complicated recipes with like 6 pours or something like that. I think it's important if you enjoy coffee, right? And if you enjoy coffee brewing on a daily basis, to find a recipe that you can brew every day. If it's too hard, you're not gonna want to brew it every day, so. そして、 大会のレシピは普通に複雑だから、コーヒーの趣味があったら、まず日常入れるのレシピが見つかったらいいんじゃない？それだけで十分だよ。そんなのこだわりは大会ないの状況でいらないと思うけど。まあ個人的にね。だってレシピはなんか忙しかったら、まあ入れる気がなくなるかも。日常で。簡単に入れたら毎日入れるかな。そうだね。If you can brew easily, you can do it every day. My usual recipe is 2 pours, for example. So there's stuff I can adjust, like the grind size or the type of pour. But other than that, it's a relatively simple recipe. That's why it's my favorite. Way more than my Oshi's recipe, like the 426 recipe that has way more steps. ¿Has probado algún café que tenga sabor de mora? Sí, de hecho, varios de mis primeros Zatsus, yo usé una mezcla de moras que tenía café, sabor a mora, notas de mora. Hice bastantes Zatsus con esos granos porque eran de los primeros que compré después de debutar. No fue de mis favoritos, pero estaba bastante agradable para lo que es. Sí sabe bastante a moras, así que...普段は2ステップレシピばっかり入れちゃう。僕も。I've been like I mentioned earlier, maybe I can explain a little bit more in detail now. The kind of pours that I've been using are a little bit have been probably not been the best for the recipe that I've been using. I was researching again or reviewing some of the earlier explanations that maybe I wasn't paying too much attention and not remembering correctly. There's 3 types of main pours. There's the laminar one, which is very gentle, close to the beans. It does not produce a lot of turbulence or a lot of agitation, and that's usually the one that I've been using. But I think for the 2-step recipe, it's better for me to use a more turbulent kind of pour where it's a little bit further away from the beans, a little bit higher up. So it's going to create more movement, more agitation on the bed. And that's going to produce a little bit of a higher extraction when brewing with the with the type of coarse beans that I do. And also with only 2 pours, right? So I'm going to try and pouring a little bit further away from the beans from now on and see how that affects my brew. And also not, while still trying to keep it significantly slow, right? So I don't brew in like 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40. ニポさん、スパチャットありがとうございます。コーヒーサツさん、ありがとう。今日はコーヒーの大会についていろいろ知れて、興味深かったです。世界大会見たことないけど、もっとうまく入れたいから見てみようと思いました。フリア君とドレミンque tengas un buen día. Muchas gracias. ありがとうございます。マジで面白いから、多分、そんなに大会を参考しなくて方がいいと思うけど、多分学べる部分が絶対にあるから、ぜひ見てたらいいと思うね。興味深いね。深いじゃなくて、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございますね。 うんうんうんうん。一般人も大会見に行けるのかな。うん、絶対に行けると思う。なんか視聴者で一般人も行けると思う。You don't have to be like super into coffee to go to the tournaments, I think, either. You can go as a spectator also. Because it's not just a tournament, sometimes they will also showcase like new types of gear, new types of equipment that you can buy. So it's if you're interested, I think it would be a cool experience, right? If they hold it close to your country or something. フリオのコフィサツを見るようになってから、インスタントコーヒーをやめて、ドリップコーヒーを飲むようになったよ。まだ、どんなコーヒーが好きは自分で、研究中だけど、まあ、それでいいよ。よかったね、嬉しい。エンジョイしてね、コーヒーの世界。インスタント卒業してよかったね。I'm very glad so many people have graduated from instant coffee after my Zatsus. And for those that are still in instant, that's okay also. That's okay also. As long as you're enjoying the coffee, right? Your influence. Yeah, no. This is my contribution to the NIJISANJI fans. これは僕の影響かな。インスタント卒業して頃ってこと。I've stopped microwaving my cold coffee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad for you. Bettering the life of fans. I don't know. Does that actually better your life though? Does it? コーヒーサツさんありがとう。朝コーヒーショップに寄るとフリオくんの話を思い出してコーヒーを選ぶのが楽しみになりました。今日一日頑張ります。ありがとうございます。いいよね、コーヒーショップに寄ると。僕もまた日本のコーヒーショップに寄りたいよ。最近動画見ていろんな寄りたいけど、いつかまた来たらいいね。Helping the community one good cup of coffee at a time. I see. What type of what do you recommend type of coffee for people that doesn't like too bitter or too sweet coffee? Maybe more floral kind of light roast. Maybe light roast with notes of jasmine, rose, or maybe more like citrusy. Something more citrus-like. Pineapple maybe. Pineapple orange notes. Something more on the sides of floral or fruity. Kind of a light roast, I think would be good if you don't like too bitter or too sweet.フリオ君みたいにコーヒーを丁寧に味わうようになれました。すごいよね。嬉しいです。 La escena del vino en Juego de Gemelas, pero con café. Esa película legendaria se la pasaban poniéndola en las televisiones. Estaba harto, siempre era Juego de Gemelas, siempre. Esa y Matilda siempre la pasaban. ¿No te gusta? Pues sí me gusta, pero pues las primeras 2, 3 veces, ¿no? No para verlas todo el rato. Yeah, no, I think in Latin America, not just where I'm from, they used to play. What's the name of that movie in English? Actually, I know it in the Spanish name. The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap and also Matilda. They used to broadcast that all the time on TV, and I would get so tired of that movie, of those two movies. Well, they're not bad movies. I enjoy them when I watch them, but also it's kind of like, can they play something else, right? You would see it on at least once a week during my times. But they're not bad movies at all, though. Not at all. I'm sure a lot of people remember them fondly because of those. Freaky Friday too, yeah! They would show Freaky Friday all the time as well. That is true, that is true. That is so true. Mi pobre angelito, Home Alone. Home Alone, I don't remember it being broadcast a lot. No, actually, yeah, during Christmas season. But that was only during Christmas season, so it was okay. In my opinion. Home Alone would always play in winter in Christmas season, but Parent Trap and Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and Matilda was all year long. So you can imagine, right? Just how tiring it would get. There was also, I think during Christmas season, I remember like the Scrooge one, right? The one with all the ghosts. That one they would play also all the time. I remember being so sad as a kid watching the Disney movie one. The one where, I think it's, what's the name? Donald's uncle? He was Scrooge. And then there was a part where they show like Mickey and his family and he has a child that's sick. And then the child dies. And you can see like Mickey so sad on the grave. And I remember like being so sad about that. On a Disney movie, you know? On The Christmas Tale, I think it was called. A Christmas Carol, yeah. That scene was so sad. Because that kid would have a little cane that they used to walk, right? And then you see like Mickey all sad putting the cane on his grave. And I was like, what? On a children's movie? That made me feel so sad back then. Y era para niños, sí, ¿no? Las películas de niños de antes, ¿no? Aunque no enseñaban nada, pues te daban a entender. Like, they didn't really show anything, but just on context you would get it, right? And it would be really sad. なんか知ってるかもしれない。昔見たかも。まあ、ディズニーだから多分、日本でも放送してたかな。ね、Christmas Carol っていうのクリスマス映画。 ディズニーのバージョンね。ディズニー版。マジで悲しかったよ。子供見てた時に。子供向こうの映画なのにそんなに難しかったか。あ、そんなに悲しかったか。気づいたよ。So many good movies that made me cry like Bambi. Yeah, Bambi was pretty sad as well. That's true, that's true. Kodomo tachi 泣いちゃうよ。ね。だって、ミッキーの映画だから、なんかそんな期待してないね。多分他のディズニー映画なんかバンビとかはもう悲しいのイメージがあるから、もう悲しいだと期待してるけど、今回はなんかマジでびっくりするね。I think like in comparison to like movies like Bambi and stuff, this is a Mickey movie, right? So you don't really expect a Mickey movie to be sad. Bambi, at least when I watched it, it already had like a sad connotation to it or a sad image to it. So I kind of expected it to be sad. Even same for Dumbo. But, or Dumbo, I mean. But, when it comes to Mickey films, Mickey movies, I didn't really expect that. They would get something like that. Nothing will make me as sad as the Iron Giant, though. Iron Giant is Warner Brothers, right? Iron Giant's really good. Really, really good. Coffee and sad Disney movies as a kid. That's gonna be today's Zatsu. Which Mickey movie? I think it's called The Christmas Carol. I can look it up. Mickey, is it Mickey's Christmas Carol? No, I don't think so. Because it was a Christmas Carol starring Scrooge McDuck. Because it was the Uncle Duck as the main character. Hmm, この映画だったね。People forget about The Fox and the Hound or Old Dogs Go to Heaven for sad movies. I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed both of them a lot when I was younger. Fox and the Hound was pretty sad. Do you guys remember a movie? Was it Oliver and Company? I used to watch that a lot as a kid. With the little cat and the dogs. That one wasn't sad though. It's like old movies I had on VHS. ずっとなんかこのアニメーション映画がずっとVHS で見てたね。まだ DVD はなかったから。There were no DVDs back then, so if you wanted to watch a movie, you had to rewind it all the way to play it again. そうね、いつも VHS でなんかまた映画を見たくなったら、リワインドしないといけないね。いけなかったわ。面白かったの時。DVD が出た時にマジで便利だった。小鳥さん、スプチャットありがとうございます。フリオくん、コーヒー雑談ありがとう。カフェオレは、だったけれど、 ね、コーヒーサツのを聞くようになってたから、ね、ブラックコーヒーで、香りと豆の味をしっかり楽しむようになったよ。ね、大会を見に行って、いろんなレシピを見てみたいと思ったよ。今日も一日楽しみましょう。ありがとうございます。嬉しいです。ブラックコーヒーをこれからエンジョイしてね。個人的に最高だから嬉しいです。あ、はって、わじゃなくて、は、ありがとう。BHS って何って言わないで。Yes, please do not say what's BHS. My back will hurt. 背中が痛くなっちゃうね。背中じゃなくて腰ね。Our backs will hurt for all the older means. The どれどれです。The mean means in the どれどれです。そうだね、どれどれが腰痛くなっちゃうよ。Shuna san, muchas gracias por el super chat. Buenas tardes, Frio. Thank you for the coffee satsu today. I really missed the coffee time on Monday morning in my time zone. That's okay. I always drink coffee in the afternoon, so you're good. No worries. Thank you so much. I was so cool when I got a Walkman. The Walkmans are still cool. Everyone's with their smartphone, listening on their AirPods. But the Walkman, the person with the Walkman and their Porta Pros, they'll send out. They'll be like, "Whoa, so vintage, so stylish." Right? なんか現在はみんなは、ワイヤレスイヤホン使ってるから、そしてスマートフォンで、携帯で音楽聴いてるから、なんか誰か、まだウォークマン、そしてポルタプロのヘッドフォンみたいな感じで、出かけたら、ヴィンテージじゃない？かっこいいって。考えちゃうでしょ？ウォークマンはかっこいいよ。BHS はビデオテープかな？うん。そうだよ。Ever heard of Little Nemo? Yeah, I have. It's also quite a older movie. What is a Walkman? 痛い。My back. 骨が痛いよ。Me asustaste, perdón. Disculpa. Pass me the cane. フリはおはようございます。Are you okay, Grandpa? I'm okay. 大丈夫です。I think maybe if anyone has seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you guys would know what a Walkman is, because that's what the main character uses to listen to music from. he uses a Walkman. It's Star-Lord? 多分なんかGuardians of the Galaxy 見たことあるの人は多分 Walkman を見たことあるね。主人公が Walkman で音楽を聴いてるから。Star-Lord ね。まさか MP3 みたいなやつ ?MP3 の前ね。iPod と MP3 前にウォークマン使ってる。ウォークマンみたいな技術使ってたよ。La 3 me hizo llorar mucho, la 3 está muy buena. Creo que es una trilogía bastante sólida, pero la tercera es la que más me gustó. Y eso que me gustaba mucho la primera. Coffee for the health benefits now, aging dore dore. Coffee has a lot of antioxidants, so it's good for aging. Actually, it's good for your skin. Shinsuke, いいよね. Yeah, no, Guardians of the Galaxy is a pretty cool trilogy. I used to like the first one the most, but I think I ended up liking the third one the most in the end. Super solid. Es bueno para los contornos de ojos, sí, sí, sí. I am Groot. そうね、あの映画。That movie. The third one made me so sad. The third one's so emotional, right? I'm really glad they explored Rocket's story more in that one. I'm very glad I got to watch it in theaters. 映画館で見てよかったね。Guardians 3. What other Marvel movies do you like? My favorite ones in the MCU are probably Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Infinity War, No Way Home. There's a lot that I like, but I think those are my favorite. I mean, Spider-Man 2, if you don't count MCU, if you just count the Raimi films. Endgame? I like Endgame, but I think Infinity War was better executed, in my opinion. I like Infinity War more. Thor movies? Ragnarok was fun. I don't think any of the Thor films would be my favorite, but Ragnarok was fun.メロンパンさん、そばチャットありがとうございます。コーヒーサツさん、ありがとう。VHS の話題で、まさか月曜日の朝からダメージ受けるなんて、気を取り直して、お仕事行ってきます。いってらっしゃいね。すまんね。ダメージを受けて。ありがとうございます。This person said they already received damage on a Monday morning because of the VHS talk. Sorry about that. What about DC movies? I mean, my favorite film of all time is The Dark Knight. I also really like The Batman, so... The Nolan trilogy is really nice. And I'm really excited to see what the Batman trilogy or the Batman series has in store. I saw a little bit of The Penguin too, the show. It's also really nice. I really love Robert Pattinson as Batman. I think he's a really good young Bruce Wayne. I've talked about it on stream before, but I really like Spider-Man and Batman. Those are my two favorite superheroes. これにて一番好きな映画はザ・ダークナイトから。だから結構スーパーヒーローの映画が好きだね。特にバットマンとスパイダーマンが好きだから。I really like both of them because they're so strict on following their convictions and their morals, and they always run into situations where their values are tested, because it's not always easy to follow rules such as not killing, right? Doing what's right. Sometimes that comes with a sacrifice when it comes to like your normal life, but for example, Spider-Man follows his uncle's words till the end, even though it means sacrificing his normal life, even though it means having to endure a lot of different hardships because it's what's right. That's something that I really admire. So, same for Batman. Batman has his own approach and his own values when it comes to how he wants to approach his activities as a vigilante, and perhaps it would be more convenient for him to kill some recurrent villains like the Joker, right? But in the end, that makes him no better than them. So how much these two characters suffer because of having their morals tested, but still prevailing, it really is very admirable in my opinion. It makes it so enjoyable also to see how they approach all these situations. Are you looking forward to the next Spider-Verse movie? Yeah. The other two are really good, so. そうだね。なんかスパイダーマンとバットマンがマジで大好きだね。この二人が強いな世界観と価値観があるから、いろんな状況が起きても、難しい選択をしないといけないけど、まだなんか自分の価値観を、ついてるから、それがマジで素敵だと思うね。They have favorite Spider-Man actor? Andrew Garfield. That's my favorite. I like all of them though. I think Andrew Garfield was my favorite Peter Parker. But I like all of them. I grew up with Tobey. I don't think there's any that I dislike. And I think Tom Holland also did a great job. Tom Holland, I think, embodies the high school Peter Parker in a modern era really well. And then Tobey, I think, embodies a more adult kind of a Spider-Man really well as well. Even though like both Andrew and Tobey also take place when they're in high school, at least when the trilogy starts. I think they all embody really different parts of Peter Parker. That makes it really interesting for me. Andrew Garfield's my favorite, but all my family likes Tobey. I mean, Tobey is the first one that became really popular, right? So it makes sense that many people are so attached to him. Super iconic, all three movies. Willem Dafoe? Yeah, Willem Dafoe is so good at... Honestly, Willem Dafoe is just good at anything he does. He's such a solid actor. I think he's just good, period. Not just like as a villain or anything, he's just good. Do you have a favorite Spider-Man villain? Oh, that's hard. I don't consider Venom a villain. At least not anymore. So, I don't know, I think Green Goblin's very iconic. I like Mysterio a lot also. Probably those two. Dr. Octopus, he's iconic, right? I don't think he's one of my favorites, but he's iconic. Carnage is cool also. Igual las de Toby tienen ese aire de película de terror, pues es Sam Raimi. Es Sam Raimi. Igual la película que hizo de Doctor Strange, también tiene un poco de... Tiene unos aires de terror en ciertas partes, ¿no? Someone mentioned that the Toby films have like a sort of horror film kind of vibe to it, and I mean, it's Sam Raimi, that's why. Directing. He also directed Multiverse of Madness for Doctor Strange, and there are some parts that almost seem like a horror movie kind of vibe, right? How about Batman villains? Scarecrow's my favorite. Scarecrow's my favorite Batman villain. I really like Hush and Joker as well, but Scarecrow's my favorite.日本ではスーパーヒーロー映画は人気かな？多分マーベルだけかな？ I wonder if how popular superhero movies are in Japan. I don't hear much of them, but maybe Marvel is already popular enough to be known worldwide. 映画見たくなってきた。あ、ヨーガ。人気なのはマーベル。まあディズニーだからね。今もうディズニーはマーベルを買ったから。Ultraman, I mean like Western superhero movies, right? It's more like Rangers and heroes in Japan. I mean, those are like the Japanese heroes, right? But I mean more like Western superheroes, like comic book heroes. Daって特撮は人気だもんね、日本で。あのヒーローズ。And of course I have we have our hero senpais that are pretty popular in Japan as well, right? そして特になんかヒーローズメカトゥアの先輩も日本では人気だよね。If anyone hasn't watched Crisis 3D concert yet, very recommended. It was very cool. Normal ファンも特撮ファンもたくさんいるよ。まあ特撮ファンがたくさんいるよ、絶対にね。で、日本の文化みたいな感じ。仮面ライダーとかスーパー戦隊とか。そしてね、イエンヒーロー、クライシスの 3D コンサートまだ見たことないの人は、結構おすすめだよ。かっこよかったから。おすすめ。クライシスコンサートは最高だったね。最高だったわ。ワールブリン好きだよ。いいよね。 日本設定の映画があるでしょ ?The Wolverine. There's actually like a Wolverine movie that's set in Japan, right? The Wolverine. It had some really good parts on it. I was kind of like I didn't like the last arc as much of that movie, the last act, but I did like the setting on it in the first half of it, I mean. Crisis 素敵でした。見てくれてありがとうね。マジでかっこよかったわ。I got goosebumps with Super Duper. I get it. Is Deadpool famous in Japan? I don't know if he's famous, but I'm sure there's people that know him or like him, right? The image I have is that, like, while Western heroes are known, it's usually more the people that are really into that will consume that media, compared to, like, here that's a little bit more mainstream, right? Samurai ってやつだったっけ？そう。あれ。デッドプールはもう人気よね。海外でマジで人気だよ。ヒューモアが人気だから。クライシスコンセプトめっちゃ良かった。いいよね。They also did a collab with Stray Kids, right? For Deadpool x Wolverine. I wonder if that was popular. So I think Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool's popular in Korea, right? I think the Marvel movies are pretty popular in Korea. So I wonder if because I know Japan likes Stray Kids a lot, so I wonder if people got interested in Deadpool because of Stray Kids as well. そうね、なんか新しいのデッドプール映画、デッドプール X Wolverine の映画でなんか Stray Kids とコラボしたね。MV でチックブームの MV でStray Kids とコラボしたから、マーベル映画は韓国で人気だって分かってるけど、日本では多分そんなに人気ないかなと思って、Stray Kids のおかげで多分デッドプールを知ってる人が増えたかなと思ってる。ベノムとか面白い。ベノムがいいよね。面白いよ。The Venom films are pretty funny also. Yeah. Everyone was dancing to the NSYNC dance moves from the movie. I see. Yeah, no, they also have that song, right? The NSYNC song in it. 日本でもすごくマーベルは人気だよ。そうなんだ。なるほどね。そんなに人気じゃなかったと思った。ただなんか、ヨが、なんか海外のスーパーヒーローオタクだけで好きかもって思ってた。Guys, I just got here. What's happening? Well, I brewed coffee in the first hour of the stream, and somehow the conversation ended up being about films, especially superhero ones. Coffee and movies. Yeah, no, that's gonna be the deviation of today. I don't feel too bad because one, it didn't end up just becoming a language talk like it usually does, and also we were able to talk up plenty about coffee as well, so I'm good. Do you have any favorite horror movie though? For classics, I really like The Shining. I haven't seen The Thing, so I cannot add that, but I'm sure The Thing is a classic also. And then for modern films, I really like I really like Hereditary. I really like Barbarian was pretty cool also. I'm pretty picky with horror movies. I don't like it when it's just jump scares. Nope was pretty nice also. Have you seen the Final Destination series? I've seen clips of it. They're not my favorite. Freya, do you prefer salty popcorn or sweet popcorn? I like both actually. But I feel like usually with sweet popcorn, I get tired of them, so I usually go for salty popcorn instead. Have you watched international horror movies? Yeah, I really like Shudder. Shudder was really good from Thailand. In Japanese horror movies, I've seen all of the Ring and the Grudge films also. And I've also seen a few Korean horror movies as well. What about Conjuring? The first one was good. The other ones, not for me. Not for me. They should have left it on just the first one, in my opinion. But if people enjoy them, that's fine also. Oh, I really liked Sinister, the first one. The first Sinister was really cool. Insidious, I saw the first one. I think I saw the first two Insidious. Creo que la cuarta del Conjuro salió recién, ¿no? No sé, la vi en la cartera. Ahí cada vez andan sacando otra. Do you like horror movies that have more ghost monster theme or more psychological or super bloody violent ones? I tend to go for either the psychological ones or like more... If they have ghost or monster themes, they have to be really well executed. But usually psychological ones are my favorite. I haven't seen Mist. That's a Korean one, right? I haven't seen that one. Smile? I haven't seen Smile. What was the last horror movie I saw? Oh man, what was the last horror movie I saw? What about It? I saw the first part. I didn't see part 2 of the remake, and I saw the old one as a kid. I saw bits of the old one as a kid, and that was scary. The last horror film I watched was... What was it actually? It wasn't Long Legs. It was after Long Legs. なんだったっけ？最後見たのホラー映画。あまり映画見てないから最近。I haven't been watching films lately, so it's kinda hard to remember. It wasn't Weapons. It was not Weapons. Split? Split was cool. Wait, I'm gonna try and look it up. 調べてみるか. Oh, the last horror film I watched was Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back っていうの映画は最後見たね。 最後見たのホラー映画だ。It was, I liked the first two acts of it. It was a film that was very uncomfortable from start to finish. 最初から最後まで不気味があるの映画だった。That one was gory? Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. I'm not good with gore, so it was very uncomfortable to watch. But the atmosphere was pretty nice. It was pretty scary without needing a lot of jump scares, which I always respect. When you can do horror atmosphere without relying on jump scares, then I think it's really cool. あ、不気味じゃなくて不気味。すまんね。フリュクもドレミンさんもホラーに強いんですね。まあ、僕にとって普通だと思うけど。I don't think I'm particularly strong at horror. I think I'm just normal. I'm kind of picky with horror movies also, so a lot of the recent releases don't really interest me as much. Usually I need to make sure that I need to check like what the scores are for it and see if it's worth watching or not. Especially with the limited time I have now. フリオ君、新しいチェーンソーマンの映画見る？多分見るかもね。面白そう。もう、漫画読んでるから、何が起きるってわかるけど、チェーンソーマン好きだから、見るよ。Yeah, I probably will watch the Chainsaw Man movie eventually. I do read the mangas though. It's probably gonna be fun. I really like the music for it. Did you guys listen to Kenshi Yonezu and Utada Hikaru's new collab for it? That song was really nice. Hmm, なんかさっき出たの、米津玄師と宇多田ヒカルのコラボ聞いたの？結構良かったじゃない？マジでいい感じだと思った。I thought it was really good. What a dream collab, I know, right? I really like both artists, so it was a very nice collab. Kenshi Yonezu is so talented that he also drew the album cover. Sasuga ne. He's so good at so many things. Mada kikanai, おすすめだ。ジェイン・ドー大好き。いいよね。The whole curse was Kenshi Yonezu. It's too much power in one person. Ella hizo canciones para Kingdom Hearts, ¿o no? Sí, cantó las canciones de Kingdom Hearts, Simple and Clean. Se me olvidan los nombres en inglés. Sanctuary. Era Face My Fears también, el del 3. Así es como me enteré de Utada Hikaru con Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts のおかげで初めて宇多田ヒカルさんの曲を聴いたね。子供の時になんか Kingdom Hearts のテーマソングでなんていうの日本語で光ずっと聴いてたよ。どんな時だってただ一人で運命忘れてあの曲ね結構良かったわ。大好きな曲だ。Anyways, on that note, I think I'm gonna be leaving the stream for today. Hope everyone has a lovely week. I'll see you guys soon. I don't have a schedule to show you guys yet, but I can reassure you there's gonna be Silent Hill and Silksong next week, okay? ここで終わらせていただきますね。なんかまだ予定表を教えないけど多分来週に Silent Hill と Silksong を続きますね、絶対に。今週もよろしくお願いします。Akaibara, thanks so much for the super chat. Thanks for the coffee, Zatsu Furyo-kun. I'm learning a lot about the intricate coffee process. Got to know it's full of antioxidants for this dore. Yeah, it's gonna be good for you as long as you drink it black, right? If you drink it with milk, then the antioxidants are probably not gonna be as good. リンコさん、スプチャットありがとうございます。朝からフリオくんといろんなお話できて楽しい。今日もありがとう。こちらこそありがとうございます。ありがとう。Thank you very much. ありがとう。Alright. So with that being said, I think I was able to read all the super chats, I believe. スプチャット全部読めたと思うね。Okay. See you guys next week. And or for people overseas, I'll see you guys later this week, okay? またね。バイバイ。トントントン。Who's streaming right now? Alright, Elira Senpai is playing Uma Musume. So we're gonna go to her stream, okay? Elira Senpai が Uma Musume をプレイしてるからあそこにリダイレクトするね。またね。